welcome. Um, I'm so glad you could be here. I know that Nejwa, you've already signed up for the trip, and and Rosalind, I'm hoping you will. Um, this is what tonight's about, is to learn more about it. And I wanted to introduce you to Maria Jose, who is one of the owners of the company that we use to get all of our logistics and find all our great experiences. We found she and her husband own the company Tierra del Volcan, and we found them through a organization we're part of called Transformational Travel, and that what the members of that understand is that travel is more meaningful, memorable if it focuses on experiences and connections versus just sightseeing. So they've got the most wonderful attitude, and we really appreciate what they are bringing to this trip, which is significant. And also Nicole works with Tierra del Volcan, and I've just been informed she's their resident Galapagos expert. So we'll hear a lot from her when we get to that part of the trip. So we have a presentation and about it, but while I'm calling that up, I just wanted to tell people that Ecuador is such a favorite trip of mine. I've been there 3 times, and for weird reasons, I've never been to the Galapagos, but I didn't need the Galapagos to fall in love with it. From the very first time I went in 1992, I was just so captivated by the country because of the great variety from the mountains to the rainforest and the colonial aspects in Quito to the kind of the indigenous people that we met, which, just up in Otavalo, just tremendous, spirit and all the traditions they have. So it is a breathtaking country that I adore. And now I'm going to adore it more because I'm going to the Galapagos. So let me share my screen here. And then we're going to from current slide, and then I'll put it up. So, this just gets us started. March 1st through the 9th is the mainland part of it, and then the add-on is until the 12th. And as you can see here on this picture, like the great variety of, the mountains in the middle, the rainforest, the Amazon basin to the east, and the coastline to the west. So it's got a lot happening there. And I just put my little story about being in Ecuador here. But we fly into Quito, and I'm going to let Maria Jose tell us about the wonders of Quito with that beautiful mountain. Which mountain is that behind us, that volcano?
The most beautiful in the world, Cotopaxi.
Oh, that is Cotopaxi.
Hi, ladies. That's Cotopaxi. And then you have the Virgin in El Panecillo, which is that statue, which is the patron of the city. And yeah, so the city is nested in this beautiful alley surrounded by volcanoes. Jeannie did a fantastic job describing the beauty of our country and very generously introduced us, Nico and myself, Maria Jose. And we're delighted to be here today and to be connecting with people that are going to be our guests. We're going to host you, and this is such a privilege to have the opportunity to meet you in advance and to share with you some of the insights of your trip. So Quito is in altitude. It's one of the highest capital cities in the world. We are at 2,800 meters, which in feet is, let me get my calculator.
Oh, I can do that while you talk.
Okay, yeah, 25 years working in the industry, and I still have trouble with feet, and I don't do Fahrenheit. So sorry about that.
That's okay.
But Jeannie, thank you for your helping hand. Okay,
Yeah.
so Quito is in the altitude.
It's
And what you can
8,200 feet.
yeah. Yeah, so um as
And
you can see here in this picture, this is the colonial town of Quito. It is the first capital city to be declared UNESCO World Heritage. Together with Varsovia in Poland, there was these two capital cities that were declared a UNESCO Heritage because of its beauty, its size, and the state of the conservation. The old town is filled with churches, plazas. You have highways, not highways, walkways and alleys. It's so interesting. And one thing that makes it so beautiful is that it's a historical center that it's lively. It's filled with people. You know, you can see kids going to school. So it's not a place that has been somehow frozen in time for touristic reasons. It's a place where people live. So yeah, the idea is that we will explore the city, explore the colonial beauties, explore art, uh, visit the mitad del mundo, the
oh
middle
yes,
of, which is a little bit further in the slideshow.
yes. And I want to say
Um,
what I understand about Quito is it was the second major city after Cusco in the Empire. It was after or is that right? Or that's what.
So it was more than the second largest, it was the promised land. Because you know,
Mm,
the Incas, they Inti, the sun, that was the main god.
right,
And
right.
Quito is located in the place closest to the sun. And not just because of the equatorial line, but also because due to the altitude and to the different imaginary lines or seques that cross the empire. These are holy, it's holy geometry. So Quito is
Wow.
nested on a very, very special place. And back in Inca times, they already know about this.
Oh, that is cool. Well, we'll definitely learn more about it. And I just wanted to, we're staying in a wonderful little boutique hotel in Quito, correct?
Yes, so this is Casa Alquimia. It's in the corner of one of the most beautiful plazas in the old town, and it has a privileged view to one of my favorite temples in the town, which is the Iglesia de Santo Domingo. Inside this temple, they have beautiful chapels. They have a wonderful um, tree that's patrimony of the city, and they have the best library of very, very curious and important books in town. So it is, you
Oops.
know,
Did she?
it's
Oh, there she is.
uh
Now
yeah,
you're back. You froze for a minute.
yeah, I don't know what's happened with my internet. Okay,
That's
so I was telling that this is very close to Santo Domingo Church, which is a beautiful temple, and to La Ronda, which is this street that's filled with restaurants and small coffee shops and bars.
mm.
So it's a really beautiful portion of the city.
And this is what you were talking about before.
Voila. It's an imaginary line, you know. The name of the country comes from an imaginary line.
Yeah.
So this is the one in the left, in my left, is the monument that remember the visit of the geodesic mission that came back in the 18th century to Ecuador. So this
Oh.
is quite interesting because Ecuador has been a source of inspiration that has actually changed the world we perceive the world. It has changed the way we perceive the world. You know, Darwin in the Galapagos, through his observations, he came with the theory of evolution. And then you have Humboldt, Alexander von Humboldt, this Prussian humanist. He came with the idea of the web of life and the ecology and the interconnectedness of these ecological floors and ecosystems. And then geodesic mission, which actually came here to prove the shape of the planet. So
Wow.
it's a bit wider in the equatorial line, and it's a little bit, I don't know how to say this in English. In Spanish, we have such a beautiful word to say it, but it's like, well, you know, the shape of the earth.
Yes, it's wider in the
Um,
middle.
exactly.
Yep. Okay,
So
let's see.
hopefully after this trip, we can inspire these fantastic women that are coming to experience the the power of Ecuador and the inspiration that this place has brought. And the day that we visit the middle of the world, we will also explore some of the plazas, churches, and museums in the old town in Quito. Here you have a picture of La Basilica, which is a Gothic church. And you have many different kind of architectural buildings, some Gothic, some Baroque, etc.
Beautiful. Hi, Penny.
Hmm.
Oh, and this is one of my favorite parts is going down to the going down to, into the rainforest. So we'll fly from Quito to a town called Coca, and then we'll be taking, I don't think this represents what we'll be taking. It's
No,
longer with a cover, but it's like a 2.5 hour trip down the Napo River, which is a tributary of the Amazon. And one of the most fascinating experiences of my life is going to the Rainforest Lodge. That it's so exquisitely comfortable, but you're in the middle of the rainforest and on the in the Amazon basin, and you just can't. You're so comfortable, but so distant from all that you've known. So, I love this part, and you can tell this is where we'll stay.
Sacha, yeah. So the prior picture of that canoe, those are the day visits from the lodge. You will take the canoe most of the time and go and explore the surrounding forest. So Sacha, besides having a fantastic hospitality, great cuisine, uh, fully refurbished rooms, it has a very interesting and very impressive conservation effort, and they work along very close with the local Quechua communities. You will be able to visit one of these communities. You'll see that rectangle next to the building in the lake. Yeah, that's an open pool. It's a pool. It's not an open pool. It has some nets around, so you can actually get into that water, which is black water. It's like swimming in tea. It's all the tannins from the leaves from the forest, and along with these tannins and fishes and things that that are around, there's a family of otters
Oh,
that live there. Therefore, they have created this kind of um, how you say, it's not jail. It's well, a place that's protected so that the otters don't come in, but you
oh,
can
I see.
still
Yes,
enjoy. Yeah, it's not how you say, like a box,
a cage or not a
a
cage.
cage, a cage, yeah, a
That's
cage, not a jail. Okay, so yeah, in Sacha, in the Amazon, the days are long, and we tune in the rhythm of nature.
yes.
So we wake up with the sunrise, and with the sunset, we can enjoy some drinks by the dock and, maybe ride or reflect on the day. Um, it has pretty impressive amount of wildlife that can be spotted, quite different from Galapagos. In Galapagos, animals are not afraid of people, so actually they're even posing. Nico will tell you more about it. But in the Amazon, animals are quite, um, they are quite, they are hiding. They are watching us from behind the leaves. So if you can bring binoculars with you, because that will bring the colors of the birds, and it will bring the the forest very close.
Yeah.
Mm.
We saw an anaconda, when I did this, we saw an anaconda, we saw, I mean, I guess we do talk about that. We saw, sloth, howler monkeys, those kind of things, lots of birds. And this Sacha has those pavilions and places that you can go up way into the canopy, which is so cool.
Yeah.
You can,
So they have the 360, ¿cómo se llama, Nicola?
view, 360 viewing.
Es la torre.
Yeah, no, so there's like this La Torre. So I'm going to check on for the name of the new feature they have. They have
Okay.
these hanging bridges. And
Oh,
the idea of these bridges is that they will take you to the canopy of the forest where most of the life happens. You know, so the forests have different levels, and in the forest, sun is the most important thing, you know, that's where they fight for plants, animals. So the canopy is where everything is happening. And those bridges allow us to go up there on a very safe way.
yeah.
You feel safe, and the whole system is pretty safe. So it's really comfortable to be up there. I have a bit of height sickness, or I'm afraid to heights a bit, getting better. And I didn't felt vertigo or didn't felt afraid when I
That-
was
That's good. That's
in.
good to know. That's good
Yeah.
to know. And there seems like there's different options. If you didn't want to walk on the bridge, you could walk on something that's a little more connected to the trees. If you, it looks, I like that they've added more of this since I was there. But yeah, here's some of the, the howler monkey. The on the right is this sloth, which is just so crazy looking. But and then we will get to some of the, like she was saying, go into some of the indigenous communities very respectfully, very, open-hearted, and they're excited to share. That's what I remember. I remember getting my face painted with some berries and things like that. That's really
So,
special.
so, so one of the things that we have to think about here is that tourism has brought an opportunity to the people in these communities. It has brought an opportunity not to migrate and have to leave, and also an opportunity to share about their culture, about their ways. So, as Jeannie is saying, going on a respectful and curious way, and you know, having this opportunity to interact with the local people on a very horizontal manner, very respectful and horizontal. It's truly unique. There's kids around. There's some of the activities are performed by women. Some of the activities are performed by men. And just, I'm an anthropologist by profession. And for me, every time that I go to the Amazon and to be able to connect with the local people is something unique. And in this specific community, they have built a house to receive guests. So we're not intruding their private lives. It's a place that they have built to have this interaction. And that's something that I found very respectful and really beautiful. You
That's nice.
can you can take cash and buy some jewelry that they do and things like that. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, then after that, after we are on the, in the Amazon basin, we go back upriver, fly from Coca back to Quito, and then we go up into the Andes to one of my favorite towns, Otavalo. I forget, isn't it about like an hour and a half north from Quito to Otavalo, something like that?
It's going to be about like 2 hours
2 hours,
from
right?
the airport.
Okay.
So there's sometimes, depending on the day, I think it's Saturday or Friday when you arrive, Saturday. Um, Sometimes there's a bit of traffic, but it's about 2 hours. And we have crafted the itinerary in such a way that we can stop by and visit places and see things on the way and stop for the loo and have this opportunity to stretch up the legs and don't, we are considerate. We know that you're going to be
We're not on
traveling.
a force march.
Yeah, it's not a forced march, and you're going to be that specific day. It's a long day. You start very early to leave from the Amazon, take the canoe, then the flight, and then the transfer to Cusin.
Yes,
Eh,
which is in Otavalo. And Otavalo is even higher than Quito, correct? Because
no, it's a bit
maybe, oh,
lower.
it's a bit lower. Okay. And okay, I'm going to just say something about this hotel. So I've been there twice, and it's so much in my head. It's like it's a dream hotel in my mind. It was like the first hotel I'd ever been to that just made me salivate because it's this old hacienda. I think it says on there, it says 1602 or something. So, and the beautiful architecture. And when we arrived there, there was an Englishman. I doubt he still runs it, but he planted English gardens all around. So it was very lush, the gardening, the landscaping, plus the hacienda and just the interior. I mean, if you see on the left there, like this is one of the main gathering rooms, just breathtaking uh, antiques and pieces. And I just remember they'd come into our room every night and make a fire. You're on the equator, but you're high up. So it's just a different, I mean, am I right? There's hardly seasons. It's maybe wet season and dry season, but since you're basically on the equator, you have the temperatures pretty much the same all year, and it gets a little chilly at night. So you love that little fire in the evening. I just loved it. And that's why
We call it eternal spring.
eternal spring. That's right.
And it's not just for marketing reasons,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's the weather. Like right now, it was raining a lot. Now we have a beautiful, fantastic
Sunset.
sunset with colorful skies. But yeah, so
Yeah.
this is it's a place where you can feel the love that has been
Mm.
placed into the details. I'm with you, Ginny. It's an extraordinary place.
And one of the things we'll do, I forget if it on the way up or at some point we'll visit rose plantations, right?
Mhm.
And because it's not,
So, sorry.
yeah, no, Ecuador is major in roses and flowers, right?
So again, it has to do with the sun. Here we have fantastic sun radiation, volcanic, fertile ground and soil, and we have an impressive. This is one of the luxuries of our country, like a bouquet of 24 roses, perfectly bloomed, $2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or three,
Incredible.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like
yeah,
the ones for export, like could be like 5, but that's very expensive,
yeah, yeah.
So,
That,
but it's interesting how they cultivate. There's a whole industry behind the roses. And
yeah,
in the Otavalo area, you will see some greenhouses around, and it's interesting to go inside one of them and understand the whole process.
yeah. And then one of the things we'll do there, I've done this horseback riding up into the mountains, and you get some great views from there. Um, just delightful. And then we'll have a cooking class with this. I think the the first time I ever had quinoa was at Hacienda Cuisine. I never heard of it before. So, um, I was young and dumb. So anyway, but beautiful food, and we'll get to, they have their own garden, their kitchen gardens and everything. So we'll be eating quite well. And I just the Otavalo market, can you talk? It's pretty famous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of our most famous markets in the highlands of Ecuador. The Otavaleño people, they are very skillful, not just the Otavaleño, but the Zuleteños and all these communities from different ethnic groups. They're very keen with handcrafts. So
Mm-hmm.
they have been weavers for centuries. They do embroidery. They, one of the, like this blue poncho that the boy is wearing, the boy with the white hat, that's wool, but it's really a fine material. I mean, that poncho nowadays could cost about $1,000. It's
Whoa.
really, really, you will find other ponchos that are $25, but they have very high quality handcrafts and also very accessible handcrafts. So
Yeah.
to wander around the market for souvenirs, for uh, textiles, jewelry, things like that, it's fantastic. And there's always the interaction and the and that game that's played between the artisans and the visitors, and okay, you talk, you have a conversation with them, and that's really interesting. Yeah.
And what I remember, what struck me so much is when I was there first is the local Otavalan people, they dress this way. They're not dressing that way for tourists or anything. This is the way they dress, and they're very proud and beautiful. And I just love that. It's not a little touristy thing. So it was, uh,
Yeah, it's part of their identity, and that's something that's really, really unique, especially if you go to Europe, you will see lots of Otavaleños around. So it's a very cosmopolitan community.
mm,
Uh, it has it has been a community that has been not migrating permanently, but going to commerce and to trade their goods all around the world. And they come back always to their land, to their roots, to recharge, to their community, to their family, to their parties.
yeah.
So it's people that have been, most of them, well traveled, well traveled.
That part I didn't know. And then we will do our own visit to artisans with artisans, um, which, meeting some of the weaving women. Okay, and then I might jumped ahead. Anyway.
Okay, so before we say adios to Ecuador, I just want to share this because it is true, it has no filter, and it is from Se Ve Bien.
Oh, beautiful. And
It doesn't it doesn't
Yeah, it
look
doesn't make
on the
justice. Let me try
ah
with
okay, I'm
the.
going to try to take a picture
okay.
because this is the real thing, you can see the colors in my face.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is no filters, and
This is Quito.
this is Quito. So we
Yeah.
are our office is in one of the valleys in one of the suburbs near Quito. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, this is then we start our add-on for the Galapagos. And I think I've told some of you that I've been to Ecuador 3 times, and I have never made it to the Galapagos for some reason or other. And I'm just like, I've got to go. I've got to go. So we've been working, we talked many times, Maria Jose and Nico, about getting this there, what's the best way to do it, get to the Galapagos. And this is what we decided on because our own private yacht, which I we really worked on this, and I just realized that wherever going to the Galapagos in kind of general is not cheap. I mean, it's a protected area. There's lots of things they have for, what I want to say, entrance fees or whatever, permits and that kind of thing. And I was looking at some of the boats where we'd be part of a group of maybe, I don't know, 50 or 100 people. And the price was not that much different than renting our own yacht. So what I do for my next tribe people, we get our own yacht. So, and it's just, it has its own jacuzzi, it's a deck. We'll have our own naturalist. We'll have, food made for us on this. And I'm just thinking this is the way to do it. So, and Maria Jose, you were saying something before about how kind of doing this together with just a group of us where it's just us adds so much from what you were saying, and I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's the luxury of the experience, this having this opportunity to be in a more intimate space, being able to share the beauty of the islands. Uh, it is truly this is luxury, how luxury looks for me, not just because of the features and the amenities and the quality or even the sustainability, but it's about the flexibility and the connection that you can have with your team, with your traveling mates.
Yes.
So yeah, and now I'm going to give the word to Nico because she's way more knowledgeable about Galapagos than I am. And she just made this trip, as I was telling you, Jeannie, a
Yes.
few minutes ago. Okay, Nico, your turn.
Hi guys,
Hi, Nico.
I'm really glad to be here and talk a little bit more about the Galapagos. I just been there 2 weeks ago, so it was like a really meaningful experience, not just for the landscapes and the wildlife. I think one of the most magical things about Galapagos is how cool wildlife could coexist with humanity. Because as Maria Jose told us, in the Amazon is not like that. It's like people and animals are afraid of each other. But in Galapagos, you could be part of nature without feeling you like you're an intrusive person or something like that. So I think that is really beautiful, and it really changed the way you see life and nature and just life.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're visiting 4 of the islands. We're visiting San Cristobal. We're arriving there. We're taking a flight to Galapagos to San Cristobal Island. And then we are visiting also Floriana and Española. As Jenny told us, there is a lot of ways to visiting Galapagos, and I think the cruise is the best option because the cruise allows you to go to these islands that you cannot reach just taking a flight to one of the main islands. So it allows you also to see more wildlife and more spots that are really unique. I don't know, could you pass the...
Yeah.
We'll see what you have. Yeah, so we having the opportunity to do some water activities and hiking activities. Our cruise are 5 days, 4 nights cruise. So, oh no, sorry, it's just 4-day cruise.
Yeah,
So we're going there to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So for Monday, we arrive in San Cristobal and we are visiting, let me see, I have my itinerary here. So yeah, we are visiting El Junco Lagoon. That is like a lagoon located in an altitude of 7 meters, is like 2,000 feet.
Oh, okay.
above sea level and is one of the few remaining sources of fresh water in the Galapagos. So this is a really unique lagoon to visit here. Also, you could see a lot of wildlife like frigate birds, coots, pintails, and things more like birds in that area. And another thing, well, I love sea lions, and it's really beautiful because since you arrive to the Galapagos, you could see sea lions like everywhere, and they are really friendly and really cute, and it's just so magical to be there and see sea lions everywhere you could go.
So we start in Floriana Island, or we'll snorkel with the seals. We'll go to Española, which is another one of the big islands.
Yeah.
And then this too, I love this picture of the marine iguanas.
Yeah, and actually you could see the iguanas like that. It's like really friendship iguanas.
Oh my gosh, it's so sweet.
Yeah, and sometimes they are like group in 3 or 4 and all of them are just hugging and it's like, okay, that's nice.
Oh my God, it's just so exciting. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you could see like wildlife everywhere. It's really, really magical.
And we'll get to see the big tortoises. That's what I want. I mean, I know you can't touch them, but
Yeah, you just yeah, one recommendation that we always have is like to be 2 meters of every species. So you could be, I mean, you could be with them, but not like too close because sometimes they can be a little scary or
move
so
too
it's
quickly.
better.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
better to be like 2 meters away from them.
yeah. So, there's just so many beautiful settings. I just had to put more of these in because I was just fascinated.
Yeah, and you
Because
have beautiful sunsets and sunrises and a beautiful, beautiful night skies in the Galapagos. They're like, because, and I think that's one of the most important that you're in the cruise, like you are like in the sea, just with the sea and sky, and you have this incredible experience to be part of a group, but at the same time, like be away from everywhere.
yeah, and so dark skies and that kind of thing. So, yes. So I'm going to stop sharing there. But anyway, so that gives you kind of a nice overview, I hope, of what we'll be doing. And now I wanted to make sure we had time to, if you wanted to ask some questions. Nejwa, Penny, Rosalind, any questions?
Yeah, I had a couple questions.
Yeah.
What is the temperature like, I guess, in both areas, like highs and lows type things? And I know.
Oh, you mean like the Otavalo and the rainforest and Quito? There's
Yeah, like what
four-
what are
Yeah.
the ranges that we're going to be dealing with as far as the temperatures? Yeah. About.
Maria Jose, she's trying to unmute.
Okay, so that's a tough one because one of the challenges to be in such a diverse country is the packing list. We're going to test you and we're going to see how does a capsule not a
Capsule wardrobe.
capsule suitcase looks like. Okay, so always dress in layers. Temperature can go in Quito and in Otavalo. It can get chilly. In Celsius, in March, around 8 till 23.
Okay.
Nico, are you converting, please? Thank you. Nico is converting.
Okay, she's converting.
Okay. And then if you go down to the Amazon, it's hot and humid. Okay, the Amazon it's hot and humid. We will send the proper packing list, but in the Amazon, you're wearing long sleeves and long pants, no shorts or short sleeves because there's insects as well. So it's hot, but there's insects around. You want to be covered. In Quito,
Yeah, I have,
today and these days that have been cold, what's the
yeah,
average?
it's around 50s and 70s in
Mm.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a bit like, it's a
Oop. We just wait a minute.
Yeah,
She'll come back.
she's froze
I'm
again.
back.
Okay, she's
There
back.
she's back. She's back.
Yeah, so as
And
I
what
was
about in the
saying, it's
Galapagos? What about in the Galapagos?
in marzo.
Yeah, in the Galapagos are around 75 to 88 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
But remember, you're going to be in the ocean. And in the ocean, it gets chilly. So windbreaker is a must.
Yes.
And you will need also, like when you are walking on the islands, it can get very hot. And then you can use sleeveless with lots of sunblock because we're on the equator line. And here the sun hits, you don't get a tan, you get burned. So yeah, a strong sunscreen it's a good idea. So that's the temperature.
Okay. And then for the yacht, I guess I'm starting to have some concerns about seasickness on the yacht, and I'm just wondering how big the yacht is and how the ocean is as far as calmness out there or not.
Yes, we always recommend to talk to your doctor before, so you can see some pills for two things, the high altitude in Quito and the seasickness in the Galapagos. So we always recommend to talk, and the doctor says like what is better for you.
And what I remember, we had this question before is, and you can tell me if I'm correct, but outside, I mean, within the islands of the Galapagos, the water is calmer than if you're just out on the open ocean. Is that correct?
Yeah, it depends in the way you go. For example, the first day when you're going to San Cristobal to Floriana, the waves could be a little stronger. But then when you travel to Floriana to Española, you go this way. So the waves are going to be more calm. And then when you go to the Santa Cruz up, also the waves are more calm. The first day maybe is going to be the rough day because you are going like against the waves.
Okay, and then a few things on this is usually navigation is at night. So the moment that it moves more, you're asleep, and
Okay.
that's good. And then yeah, during the day you are anchored to
Anchored,
the
Yeah.
anchored. Yeah, there's usually I do like a combination of medicine because I'm pretty sensitive to sea motion. So I'll take medicine, like over the counter top medicine. It's not necessarily medicated, but usually that medication helps me to sleep as well. And then I take my ginger pills or ginger snacks. Ginger is really good to it helps with the sea sickness. There's also, I've seen some band wrists
Patches, yeah.
that I haven't tried, but I've seen many people in the Galapagos with those. I don't know if it's placebo or if it does work, but I've seen them. And just in case, I will bring some if I
yes,
was you.
yes, I can bring
Um,
some of those too.
Yeah.
So what about anybody else? Nejwa, was that
Yeah, that's all.
all? Penny?
Well, hello. I was
Oh.
I was thinking about the altitude, if that bothers the average person who's not used to that elevation.
I mean, I'm going to speak about 8,000. Do you ever go to Colorado? Colorado? Are you in Penny? Do you go to Colorado?
I do go to Colorado some, and that doesn't bother me. So
I think, 8,000 is about this, it'd be roughly the same as Aspen or Vail. It's not that, do you see what I'm saying? It's not that high. Like,
okay. Okay.
does that help?
Yes. Yes, it does.
It's not Cusco. It's not Cusco.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's not as high.
or-
Cusco's 11,000. So.
Okay.
And that,
I can-
that people can.
And then again, for the altitude, altitude is it is a process of acclimatization. Your body is coping to the altitude. So you're going to feel a bit breathless. Yes. Maybe it's going to be tough to get a deep sleep, maybe. But that could be also because of the jet lag, of the change, the excitement. And then you have to take it easy the first few days. Don't go out and run
Yeah.
and train. And then after a while, your body gets adjusted to the altitude. If
And
you
you-
keep well hydrated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, drink a lot of water. It's so important.
Okay.
And
Okay.
anybody else? Rosalind, whatever. So what we do, I'm just gonna do this. Somebody's gonna get $400 discount on their trip. We do that at the end of all these trip previews, Maria Jose and Nico. So I'm putting a Penny, I have Rosalind, I have Nejwa. So I am putting in, oh, and I have a nail in here too. I'm putting this in. I don't know what that's doing in this cup. Anyway. Rosalind.
Congratulations.
Rosalind, hi, Rosalind.
Thank you. Hi, I'm at work, so I'm trying to keep a low profile. But hi, hi, and thank
Don't get
you.
excited.
Thank you.
If you, Marcy's not on this call, but I'll give her your name. And if you sign up in the next week, we usually like week, 2 weeks, we'll just deduct the 400 from your future payments. So,
Okay, thank you.
oh, that would be good. Rosalind, I know you're trying to keep it low profile. Are you in California?
No, I'm in New York.
Oh, New York. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were working. I thought maybe you were still,
No, 24/7. I'm in New York, and I actually was in Cusco last year, so I can speak to that altitude sickness. It is real, but
But-
it's
did you
much
cope?
higher there.
Yeah. Did you cope well enough? I mean,
Yep.
did you acclimate? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Very good. Well, Maria Jose and Nico, thank you so much for joining us from Ecuador, from Quito. We're so excited to know you're right there, and we're going to be there soon. A lot of hopefully all of us, but a good group of Next Tribers. We have a good group already signed up, including Penny and Nejwa, and so we'll fill it out. I think we've got 4 spots left. So, anyway, and we've got a lot of interest. So, and we're recording this, so we're gonna, for all of you, Nejwa, Penny, and Rosalind, we will send you a recording, and then we'll send it to people who signed up but couldn't make it. So, anyway, I thank you all, and we'll see you on the trip down the road.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Bye,
everybody.
ladies.
Take
Nice
care.
to meet
So
you.
nice to meet you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.